Okay, this one's going to be an interesting one. I have some things to go over before we get started. I guess first and foremost, I want to talk about gameplay sliders. So, I've been using this guy's. Okay, I was playing. Sorry, let me start over. So, the start of last season, I can't remember where I was, but it was somewhere in the 40 to 50 range, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to bring this screen over here. So I've been using CP Gaming sliders. He had pass blocking at 40, okay? And I don't remember if the start of last season I was playing like that, maybe just a couple games, I don't know, but I bumped it up at some point to 50ish. Now keep hear me out, stay with me. And I still thought it was going overboard. So I bumped it up a little bit more, probably like mid last season. Somewhere around here, 53, 54. And then I still thought it was just too much because there were people on pace to break the sack record. Stay with me. So I bumped it up some more. I've been playing around somewhere like around here. Um, no, I'm sorry. The end of last season, I think I was like right around here, 55, at the end of last season. And then when players are going ham, sorry if I'm using an old term, kids. If they were going ham, or early this season, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more, just a tad, because I think in one of the videos, I don't know who watches, probably very few of you, if any, and I don't know if you scan through, but we've been playing 57, 58, which I felt was okay. I mean, doesn't seem bad, but I definitely noticed a drop in just these like these 2 points. I noticed a drop in the Panthers' pressure, and teams were still getting sacked. I was okay with it, but I did a little test. Two tests. One where I dropped it all the way down to zero and simulated the season, and the highest sack guy was like 19. And another one where I put plastic, or no, it was like 20, I think. And then I put it all the way at 100, sim the season, and then some guy at like 19 was the top sack. So the my dumbass is sitting here thinking that it affects every game. It's pretty apparent to me now that it only affects the games that I'm playing or slash watching. So I'm gonna bust it down to 50. As you saw, this guy had it at 40. So if it goes, so what I think happens is I think that at some point you get to a threshold, or maybe I'm just wishful thinking. I don't know, but those couple extra points really made it so the shitty offensive lineman had a better chance at really great pass rushers. And I think that like our pass rushing is one of our skills. So it almost like basically tied us with one arm behind our back by doing that. So I'm gonna play with it. I want realism, but like I was thinking that it was affecting every team. I know that it at least affects the teams that are on the screen. I would hope so. It's not me. It's just CPU. I'm not playing. So if it goes ridiculous this game, I'll bunch it up a notch. But I don't think I'm ever going above 54, 55 again. I'll bunch it up little by little. Dude, like I even tried googling like what's the average amount of sacks in a game, type of thing. But anyway, I think we kind of hindered ourselves, and I still think I'm being reasonable when compared to that guy's sliders. He has it at 40. I have it at 50. Um, so we'll check it out. I just don't think I should go above 55 again. I'm kind of splitting the difference a little bit. Also, too, like he had the accuracy at 24, and I changed that early last season up to 28. Um, I'll drop in the interest of trying to be reasonable. I'll split the difference right now. I'll do 26 and see what we see. I just didn't want to have like a. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just weird how these sliders work and everything works and play calling and all that stuff. But I just didn't think it fair that 50 40%, 30% of the passes like just weren't even close. That's what I kind of was getting at when it was at 24. I felt. Um, 28, I actually think it's realistic, but I also have noticed that like teams have been tearing us up for whatever reason. Now, I did have it at 28 at the end of last season too, from what I recall. Yeah, pretty much most of last season. Um, I wonder if I should just leave it there because maybe it does boosts like those that should have accuracy and well, I don't know. Let's drop it down one, just to see. You know, because I think sometimes I know that some of these sliders, like when it comes to something about speed, to where basically like it shows more that like if you have a fast guy, let's say he's got speed of 95 and then the defender has speed of 89, like it's going to show more. Whereas a certain slider adjusts that to where he can maybe keep up more. So again, I want it to be realistic as possible. I don't think a 95 speed should be caught by someone who's 90. And I kind of wherever it is, I kind of like it because our receivers, when they do see that open field, with their speed, they've been able to use it. Um, and I whatever I used was more to accentuate the speed, meaning you know it's I'm not giving my guys a undue advantage by doing that because they have the other teams have that too. Okay, so that's that part. Um, let me save this real quick since I tweaked it. Okay, the other thing I want to go over is, and I'm gonna fess up to something here, okay? But I did it with all good intentions. I had bumped Bryce up the last couple games in awareness and accuracy, and I was basically testing something. And like I don't want to sit here test something and watch a whole game. Um, and I may as well just play it. So we're kind of going as we go. Now I've bumped it back down. Um, but yeah, he wasn't. I don't know why. Like, how was he playing worse? So I bumped it back down. We're gonna go back with our sliders. Um, and I want to show you something I did here. Okay, so uh, I'm gonna go full time. Edmonds is gonna be kind of more the nickel linebacker with Wallace, and Anderson is gonna be more of the 3-4 middle linebacker with Wallace. Now, normally because of his speed, I would have done the opposite, but Edmonds, his coverage ability is better than Anderson's. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it out. I did try it out. I think in the last game or one of the last games. I didn't really notice anything that stood out that made it wrong. But here's the big move I made. This could be interesting. Okay, Kennard Snyder I drafted. He was an edge guy. He was left out or right outside linebacker, and I was envisioning him more of like a middle linebacker slash edge guy I can move around later. But as many in this in Ivero's scheme or Madden Ivero's scheme, there is like 50 dime plays, and that's a lot. And we've seen Nomura on the field a lot, and I like him, I do. But I want to try something, and if it looks shitty, I can always change it during the game. I have a couple options here, but I was looking at mainly zone coverage, so they match up there. Man coverage, Snyder is better. Play recognition, Snyder is better. Awareness, now strength's a little down. It doesn't make sense to me, dude. He's 260,000 pounds. Uh, change it. Basically, he's better athletically. Um, and more speed. It's just I'm gonna try it, and it gives me an excuse to get him on the field. Maybe he could still get some big hits because I do like that tackling. Um, his pursuit matches Block shedding's see that doesn't make any sense. Block shedding, but hey, whatever. Jumping's better. What was it? I think hit power. Let me go hit. Where's that at? Oh, here we go. Power. Hit power's a little bit better. And because here's the other thing I can do. If it just does not make sense once you see it on the field, the next thing I'm gonna try is playing this guy there. Um, or or this guy. You know what I mean? Like maybe it gives me a reason to keep Smith Wade. I love Nomura, but you know what I like better? Some solid play. So um, I'm kind of looking for if I could get his, I guess like hitting, because you can just tell, man. You can just tell he for some reason he hits better than Jalen Reed was, and then it's just more. He just kind of stuffs that anything down the middle. He stuffs when he's in the game, and they kind of roam too. Like I don't think they really need they don't they're that guy that the receiver or the runner kind of needs to beat in a lot of plays. So if I could get better coverage, better speed, better athleticism with his hit power and hit tendencies, and I'm all for it, man. Of course I love his you know long wavy hair on the field. That's fucking awesome. It's cool. It's fun to watch, but I just need to do something, man. I need to do something because our defense has been really crappy the last few weeks. So that's what I'm gonna do. If it's not looking good, then I'll try Smith Wade or Price Sock in there. All right, that covers that. I was gonna kind of chill more today, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I need to test those sliders, man. I need to see what's up. So I turned it on, and then I got kind of so excited. That's why I wanted to stream. So we're facing the Saints in New Orleans. They're 1-5. They have a decent passing game, a crappy running game. They're good at stopping the pass, and they're horrible. They're worst in the league at stopping the run. So our plan is to defend the pass and run the ball. We're 3-3. Bucks have won 4 in a row. They're leading the division. We don't have anyone in the top 3 again. We could go ahead and take a look at the standings real quick just for fun. Let's see. Steelers are 4-2. I'm regretting that trade to them. Um, but hey, you know what? Shit happens. Nobody's undefeated, but the Falcons are winless, and the Saints are 1-5. And wow, that's kind of surprising. That's surprising. That's surprising. Gotta love Madden, man. I mean, it's and the Browns. I thought they would be playing better. Um, Jets have had really good offense from what I could see on stats, unless there's just turnovers. Okay, so Cade Klubnik is second in the league in yards, 11 touchdowns. Cam Ward, I think, was it Nussmeier with the Jets was doing well. Um, all right, let's not kill any more time. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep Bryson. All right. I know I said I was gonna bench him, but with in light of new last minute information, I'm going to keep him in. Um, Play it out. Maybe this week, next week, and then if it's just not good, I'll put Daniel Jones in for against the Saints in 2 weeks. But um, let's take a look at the injury report. Chuba's still out. Where am I going? Saints. Okay. And they have a lot of people out. And I did look this up before I made the game plan or whatnot, weekly strategy. This guy's rated 79. He's out. Kamara's out. Their rookie probably starting right tackle is out. Yeah, he would have been their starting tackle. He's out. Starting safety's out. Free safety, that is. Starting middle linebacker's out. Backup running back's out. Injuries have not been kind to the Saints this year. So we'll take a look at their depth chart. So pretty much everyone's tied at 68. I think Cousins was getting the start in games that I don't know that I just during the halftime shows I saw. So they must be like seeing who wants the job. You know, basically say any of you three fucks, show me something, please, one of you, and because they're probably going to be taking a quarterback, and in next year's draft we have Dominic Raiola, who I don't know why he's a top five candidate, but hey, you know what? They made him that way. Archie Manning, or sorry, Arch Manning, Nico something, Lamila Lava, and then yeah, I think that was it. I think those guys are going to be first round picks for sure. So I would not be surprised with the Saints being 1-5. They're going to have one of those guys. So it's up to us, to see if we want a guy who it's good. Like, who do we want? And you know what? If you're watching this, comment on this video because I want to know, who do you think we should go after a quarterback? There's no fucking Bryce. Like, dude, I don't care. I'm taking a quarterback, even if Bryce is the man. I'm doing it. Well, there's a high probability I'm going to. I mean, I planned for it. I have two first round picks. I don't have a lot of need across the board, and I'm really hoping that this team proves to me like I don't need to like basically start over because things are looking pretty good. But who would you rather have? Um, I think there was another guy named Fernando Mendoza. So you have Rayola, Nico, Arch, or Fernando Mendoza. I think we're oh no, there's another one. The kid out of Florida. We'll go take a look at that here after the depth chart. All right. So they have like what? They're to the third string running back. They have Olave. Um, I wish there was a way that I could set it up to where Horn travels with everyone, but you know what? It's kind of realistic because Ivero doesn't do it. I have a feeling Atwell is going to hurt us at times. The second receiver always kind of does. Decent tight ends. Good left tackle. Good left. Oh, this is that guard, the rookie guard. I he was on my list of second round guys. Um, and then with that progression tool, he really got boosted up. I think he was the most boosted rookie. So they kind of lucked out there. You know, good for them. They're still 1-5 though. They have a good, maybe even great center. Good, decent right guard. And look at Yash Nyman. Look who they picked up as their rookie tackle. Right tackle is injured. That's who we'll be facing, and that is currently our projected bitch for the day. This is their first round pick. He was like what, top 3 pick, I think. Um, hopefully, Moten can handle him. Decent edge rusher on the other side. So hopefully, Icky can do his part. Me dropping that passer rating down a little bit. Hopefully, they can still hang in there. DT, decent. Oh, Breezy's actually pretty good. He stands out usually in games. And they signed Clowney. So yeah, they were picking up our scraps. I wonder if it had anything to do with the cap. Um, Stutzman, wasn't he one of the guys that was injured last year? That was just like personal reasons or some weird crap like that, or suspension. I don't know. But he's a big dude. Yep. Um, okay, nothing too special there. He looks like he should be more of a offensive lineman. Kool Aid, Griffin, Kohau, Koho, I don't know. And Geno Stone, Justin Reed. Okay, so they've got a pretty good strong safety. Their kicker has 94 kick power. So yeah, they're gonna probably do well there. And they have a really good punter. I think he was like the highest priced punter in free agency. Yeah, they have a good special team kickers. All right, so back to the draft class. Just real quick before we get started. please comment. You know, like what would you? And here's the thing: I always get scared because I used to do other stuff that required suggestions, community suggestions, and I kind of always regretted it because some of the stuff was just like, nah, I don't want to do that. Um, so don't be offended if you're the only one that comments and I don't do what you suggest. You know, I'm gonna do what I think is fun, that I enjoy. That's the whole reason why I do this. Um, and yeah, so you have yeah, because we might have. So here's the thing: I can tell you right now, I'm not taking Rayola. Okay, it's just not. It's not fucking happening. I'm sorry. I don't want some Mahomes wannabe wearing a Panthers jersey. It's funny, but no. All right, so it's gonna be between Manning, Lamaleava, maybe DJ Lagway. That was the guy I was thinking about. Fernando Mendoza. I would say these four guys. You know, with Lagway, you're gonna get. I'm assuming escapability and quarterback running, which sometimes is clutch. Um, if I had to say who I'm leaning towards right now, it would be these two, or if we can't really trade up, one of these guys. I'm assuming they they're later in the first round or second round. So, however, Arch is kind of chalky, and I don't know if that's kind of boring, but it could be kind of fun. And he would have been a really great. Uh, I would have been interested there because of his size and athleticism. But I gotta say though, like I mean, I don't even know his story, but like the real story at Tennessee is just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Like but hey, maybe all could be forgotten. I mean, after all, Cam Newton, like what was kicked out of Florida. Did have legal trouble, was kind of dramatic. Maybe maybe I don't pay attention to whatever Nico had going on. Maybe I go with whatever gives me the best product on the field. Because thankfully, off the field issues are not a problem in this franchise. So yeah, so you have. So here's the thing. I'm probably going to be bringing these guys in to make sure that, I understand all their ratings. But I do look for you got size here, decent size there, and size there. So they've all got size. This guy can fuck off. Um, I'll let him go to the Saints. Hopefully he does go to the Saints. And if the Falcons keep losing, I'm wondering if they're gonna. Would they take a quarterback? I don't know, man. They shouldn't. They should just hold out. So I don't know. Comment. Who would you give me your top four of these guys right here? Who would you really like to kind of see like just in Madden Panthers Nation? Who would you like to see as a Panther? And we have like many more games to come back. I can come back to this and just see. So that's going to be the question. I'd love to get some insight on it, other than just my own. Just just don't be offended if for some reason I get like 5 comments all say Lagway and I just can't get into it. I don't know because I'm leaning these two guys if we can. And if I had to pick between these two guys, it'd probably come down to what I see in their abilities, to be completely frank. And you know what? That picture does kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of fun, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I think my first reaction was like, that would be annoying to look at. But, that's kind of, now that I think about it, it's kind of almost trolly. I kind of like that. This guy, yeah, he doesn't, I don't know. Let's not judge on pictures. This is, I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's get the game started. I'll shut up. I have a new lease on life. I do get excited and I do get down with these AI games. It's fun. All right. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully, I'm not depressed here in about 45 minutes or sooner. Who do we want to? Who do we want to be against the Saints? What do we want to resemble today? Let's go Color Rush socks with nah, let's go white. Where's white? Yeah. Let's go all white shoes. I probably should go into each player's. I don't know how to turn off their own specific colored shoes because Bryce's are just ugly. Sorry, man. The Madden Bryce's shoes are ugly. All right. Okay, we're gonna go with Pittsburgh's because I want to match the scheme that we currently have, and I kind of want to start grading these quarterbacks all in the same. My thought process here is that look, we were winning with Canales everything, but the play calling was shitty. And in the last game, I think some of the first, second, third down play calls were very similar to Canales. But my hope is that like when it comes to third and short, he's going to have more of the power run um, play calling. But we'll continue to tweak this. I don't have any clarity here yet. I'm not enlightened. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy quite yet. Kind of just hoping.
It's the National Football League on EA
You'd
Sports,
think,
where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC South.
Okay. So you'd think that if you used the Panthers playbook, right, you kept everything Panthers, Canales, and if you use their playbook, but you take out some of the stupid, like, play calling for different scenarios, like, they had all shotgun on first down. They're very close to all of it. And then third and short, you know, if you just basically replace game plan plays, that they wouldn't look lost. But they have looked lost.
Here at the start of this one. And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
All right, that crowd is pretty fucking loud for 1 and 5. You know.
All right, we're just about set for football.
I'm so excited. I may speak through this whole game.
Ready. So are we. Off we go. On EA Sports.
If I get quiet, you know it ain't good.
They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round selection out of the 2024 draft from South Carolina by way of Oklahoma. It's Spencer Rattler.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the fourth quarter, if this thing's within one score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
Okay, number 6 is Kennard Snyder.
Gain of 8.
I want to see him closer to the line. That play, Ransom was closer to the line.
To throw, it's Rattler. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Show the Saints.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Rattler.
Ooh.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Here's Rattler. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. The Saints lining up in punt formation.
Damn it. Oh, okay.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits
Come on, Bryce.
and goes out of bounds. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time, and they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
You think back to last week and what was really a pretty bland game. He didn't do a ton that was overly exciting, but his team was still able to come out with a win. I think that's really a testament to this roster that they have built. Yes, you're going to need your quarterback to play good ball as the season progresses, but in the meantime, they are good enough around him that as he continues to find his way, this is still a tough team to match up with.
They go right back to Taylor, and he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves third and short.
See, this is what I'm talking about. It's 3rd and 1, and you have an empty fucking set.
From the gun, it's Young. And
God
this ball
damn it. Why does that
incomplete
happen?
on third down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to
Steelers
this game. They
playbook.
said it is so
Steelers
critical for us to
scheme.
find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Saints offense ready to see the football for the second time.
Dude, is
They'll
the
search
only
for the first points of
like
this
is
game as they
Madden
begin the
really
drive
that
on
stubborn
first
to
and
where
10.
they just code the coach like this guy is just going to do this no matter what?
A short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete.
So am
That's
I
a
going to have to
pass
fire
say he
the
should have
coach
had. Instead, he does not,
and hope
and it
and
brings up
maybe
second
find
down.
someone who's going to not be stupid with their play calling?
Now Rattler going to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Room to run at the 35. That's another
They're really bad at
first
running the
down,
ball and have their
another
third
big
string
play.
running back.
The
And
defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
hit him.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds. Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air
Come on, get a
forever.
sack, make it harder
You
on
start
the kicker.
overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Throwing now is Rattler. And that is incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Saints now going to try a field goal here. This one from 47 yards out. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Saints are out to an early 3-0 lead.
I don't know why it does that.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive.
pale
Mike. I
image
think obviously you would have loved to see them
Saints. I
come
think that was
down
happening
and
last year,
convert
and
and
I-
score a touchdown. but
turn
at
up
the
the
very least, they
presentation
needed
mods,
to
and I
come
don't
away
have
with
one on
3.
right now.
They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Panthers offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor.
So other teams' running backs would have followed behind their blockers more.
It's 2nd down.
I'm just calling what I've seen.
Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll get this to his tight end, Jatavian Sanders. A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Carolina 1st down. Now a toss.
He's going to
running
cut
left,
inside.
It's Taylor. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. To Devian Clowney there in run support. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks.
There we go, Brooks.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And a nice pickup
Okay,
there
now
by
this
the
looks
back
more
with an
like
explosive
Steelers
run
football.
play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and
You're going to have to let it go, Bryce,
unmask
or
the
run.
defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Nice.
It's complete to
There you go, Evans.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Young. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If they need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs. And that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL. And
okay, overall, I would say that series was way better play calling, in my opinion.
At this level, you've got to make that play. It's always a little bit of a letdown.
Still don't like
you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
But what can I do, man? All I can do is either stop or shut up.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Saints offense ready for this next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Off he goes. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
I like it
They'll
better
come
when
up
they
here
don't
on
slide.
2nd down and 5. Crazy.
6. Is that
This will
not
be a
you?
Saints first down.
Merrick.
He's got this up to the 35.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made.
Right in there.
It takes a
Okay.
team effort
There
to
you go,
stop him,
Wallace.
especially once he gets going.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete, and he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack.
Oh, shit. They're sending everyone.
And it'll set up a third down. Cooks going in motion. Rattler now back.
There you go. That's a fumble.
Flash, and he's lost the football.
Nice.
The Panthers have it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover.
I don't care if you fucking arm was going forward, ball went backward.
With that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat
I think
sheet
that's pretty clear.
at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses,
looks
at
comical.
the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
I think you got to do that, man, against these less experienced
Set
quarterbacks,
to go now on first
lower rated
and 10.
quarterbacks. Just fucking send everybody.
On play action, Young. There's Evans. He's got it. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I always appreciate the outlet.
So
I'm just so tired of the Panthers always using it.
All even, 3 apiece, the score. More from New Orleans after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. The motion man is Sanders. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young.
Get it.
There's a short one caught by Sanders.
Come on! You know he fucking got it.
Short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll go. Young.
Thank you for
Over the
catching the
middle.
ball.
He's got Leggett.
Leggett.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball
run it up
out of
the
the
middle.
quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes
Look for the
it's by
space,
design,
not the lineman's
sometimes
ass.
it's based on
There you go.
need.
Damn.
He slams it
Brooks,
in
is
there,
that his
and
first
he
touchdown
is
in the league? I think it
Jonathan
is.
Brooks. Touchdown, Carolina. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
You know what I need to do? I need to remember if we're
The kickoff team is
looking
out on the field,
comfortable,
and we're
put
back
Brooks
to it
in
as the kicks
to start.
away.
get more reps. I
This
want
one
to
will
see
be
if he
taken in the end zone. No
makes better
run back forthcoming,
decisions.
and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line.
I think I'll
The
do that if
Saints
we have like a
offense getting
2-score
those helmets
lead.
back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. He's going to keep it himself, and he'll gain
Not
yardage
always
and
ratings,
able
man.
to get down
I don't know
at
how
the
that
end
works,
of the
but
play.
Scored was a
Here's
72
2nd and 3 to
last
go.
year, and Wanham was a, what, 78? And Scourton just
They'll run it on the inside
outperformed
handoff.
him.
And he's going to have the 1st down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Oh, you got
They'll try
fucking
the
fake.
zone read on 1st and 10. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner.
Bam.
The quarterback.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Can't blame the pass
offense goes from
blocking on
feeling
that one,
really
man.
good about the
No one
previous
even
play
touched
with a
him.
real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
He gets it into the hands of Atwell. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player.
I think it's Banks.
And as the medical staff looks him over,
no, Jalen Reed.
We'll step aside. On third down, they'll set up to throw.
Oh, shit.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks.
What are you going to do, Saints?
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Let it bounce, go, yeah. There you go.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
There you go. Nice play. Cut it outside, see?
And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
You'd still be running if you cut it outside.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
That's the run game I want to see.
And they bring him down, but
I'd like to see it from under center.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike. That's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back gains.
Play action
do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Young gonna give it to Brooks. And he'll get this one across.
He did that better than Chuba.
Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the give,
look at that.
This is
Taylor.
And
this is what I like.
Down inside the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Oh, come on.
And he can't hang on through the contact.
How could you not catch the fucking ball and hold it?
Defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second
doing
down.
so well running the ball. Now here we go.
Here's Young.
Just out of field goal attempt range, and here we go.
Throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way. Look to play another down.
Yeah. Oh, did you hold it? Nope, you didn't. Of course you fucking didn't. When do you fuckers ever fucking hold it?
Difficult defensively. It'll set up.
Oh, damn it.
Here's the punter now.
What's a GM supposed to do,
they'll say
man?
no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return.
Jesus.
The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Up the middle they go. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
You know, there's a mod just for Rattler's face.
Now, faking the give.
They catch it. Look at they caught it.
And he's taken down up past the 35.
He's not rated higher than our guys.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Short pickup to the 38. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. 3rd and 6.
Send everyone.
Throwing is Rattler. That's deep
shit.
for
Oh,
Olave.
fuck. He's wide fucking open, man.
That is hard. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, fuck us for never able to do
If you
that.
want to score points at a
Never
high level
able
in
to
the
do
NFL,
that.
you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where
You
you
know what?
have to
Hold on.
finish drives.
I think I'm learning something
The
here.
Panthers will take their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
I just hit exit. I didn't hit timeout. I don't know what the hell. I think I need to learn my lesson here. I've never thought of this until this moment.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Saints. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit.
Well,
they
I
put
guess
a
to
great
be
drive
fair,
together, but they're
I
able
did
to
want to defend the
capitalize
pass,
and
and
finish
they
it
weren't
off
good at
with
anything but
6.
short passing. So I went short pass, so it was probably a double move.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. Brown now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Get that back.
The Panthers offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play
Again.
call.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving.
That makes more sense.
And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. He gets that to his tight end, Smith. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Damn.
Now he takes off. A 1st down on the scramble.
How
A
is
gain
their
of
offense
16.
looking so much better than
New
ours?
Orleans' third and final timeout. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Get him. Thank you.
Oh, he
Fumble.
pops
Get it.
up
Run
the
it.
football.
Come on. You fucking
But
idiots.
he'll
You
gather
fucking
it back
idiot.
in.
Holy shit.
So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman.
This is just
He has
like
the
real
EA
life.
Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdowns in that ball game
Minshew
for
got the
Javonte
start.
Williams.
I noticed that before when I was just
Lastly, let's get you to
messing
MetLife
around. I saw
Stadium
Minshew
to
got
see
the
what's
start
happening with
over
the Giants at home
whoever
in
that
East
Goldilocks
Rutherford.
kid is.
As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jaden Daniels has thrown a touchdown pass. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in,
Trevor
and we have not
something.
been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach. Second half. Drawing near. Glad to
All
have
right.
you back with us.
Here we go again.
Here on EA Sports. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, easier to convert.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was
And
probably
I
the
think
worst
somebody
case
coded this
scenario.
game as like, no matter
Immediate
what,
pressure in his face with
Price
nowhere to
is
go
just
with the
gonna
ball
shoot.
downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Right back to where we started.
A second down throw for Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to
my
the
fucking
sideline,
God.
and
Holy
him and his
shit, he's gonna
receiver
get
are
it.
able to connect.
Holy shit. That's like the only...
well done
Okay,
as they
I said
get
this
the
game before.
conversion
It seems
on
like once he
third
gets
and
a run or
13.
two in, he
You
starts
certainly
looking
can't
better, but I
fault the
can't remember
secondary here. The coverage
what
was
happened in
almost
that
too
same game.
good
I said-
downfield on
same game
third
I
down.
said that.
The quarterback realized
Felt like he
quickly
did
there
get
was
better.
nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down
There you go.
and some.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a second and 3
What if
for
like
them.
just different he just opened up this offense so differently? Like
They'll go
a
again
similarly
with Hill.
rated.
Maybe a couple there.
I swear
It's
to God,
third down.
Dave, I would fucking, yep, here you go again. Oh. How does
Now
one
this
stop
is going to be
this
a
shit?
design run. They let him keep
How
it.
do you stop that?
Will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
I'd go for the field goal, man. 51-yarder.
On fourth down, Young. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter.
So I'm looking for, like, is there a way to change the game plan? Like, I'm at a loss, man.
See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. The drive will start on the ground, and not much materializes there. He'll get this to the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The Saints will punt this one away. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive, and he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go play action with Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Young. Throw on the run is complete. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not
willing to throw the ball short of the sticks
This
on third
season,
down. You know what
nothing
that
is
tells you,
ever
Mike?
enough.
The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again.
I can't.
They'll see if they can
What's the
put
point of this
something
shit?
together here. Beginning with 1st and 10.
If they can't fucking make.
They'll begin here on the ground.
Decisions.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again.
Oh, fuck.
This will be a Saints first down as
Seriously?
he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
Really? Oh, this guy's rated, what, in the high 60s? Not once has I seen Chuba do that.
They'll try to run with their fullback. And a short pickup, too. About the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Right back to the fullback.
Oh, still going.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Don't worry, they'll fucking get it.
Now Rattler gonna throw.
They'll scramble or something.
That's gonna be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15.
Should I bench him?
So points at a premium. Defensive battle so far.
Should I just bench him
as
now?
we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't know, man.
1st and 10.
What the fuck? Okay. Madden gods
From
told
the
me
gun,
I shouldn't
it's
do it.
Young. Thrown left side.
I literally
catch is
backed
made,
out.
And they're going to get him down right
Hit the B
at
button
the
again.
25.
Anytime you're
Back
facing
button.
a zone
Oh, there we go.
defense, you're working.
Okay, dude, see, this is what I don't get, man. What do I do? All right, that was a sign. One more series.
Progression all the
Maybe
way
that
through.
was a sign.
But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 2nd down, Young. That's caught. It's the tight end, Sanders. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down.
Oh my
and that
fucking
throw
lord!
Not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Punting time for the Panthers. Set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense
This shit is
will
fucking
take over.
inhumane. Let's try him in the fucking slot. Well, should we? Fuck him. Fuck him. So fucking sick of it. McMillan too, man. These fucking, what the fuck? How is this possible? Is that? God damn. Yeah, I think I've seen. I just. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm really fucking trying to not just cut his ass, because it just, I just don't know. You know, we need him to progress. We need him to show something. He hasn't fucking done it, but there's this unknown of like,
fourth quarter, so every
is he
drive
still the
so
best
important
option?
at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going.
You know, that's not his fault that XL dropped the ball.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this
hasn't
drive,
looked
Mike, and they're
completely
just going to
lost
have to
this
do
game.
a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose
And the
yards on
fucking
first
play
down,
call.
but that's exactly the case here.
And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick
Oh,
this
come
one up
on.
the ground. And he is going to have the Saints first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. Throwing now is Rattler. That's taken in left side by Smith.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a give up the middle, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Rattler. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Young. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing is Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player.
They're down to their four-string running back now.
As they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback.
Of course. Four-string fucking running back just runs him over.
As he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
Goes without saying, this is a huge drive. This game is all tied up. 4th quarter, that's a huge 1st down pickup. Now they got to see if they can get some points off this possession.
Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Rattler now back to throw. Take it in right side.
I'm wondering if I should fire Canales.
11 yards on the pass there. 1st down, New Orleans.
Pretty sure I know a way I can do it too. During the season.
Here, and he's going to keep
Oh, get it! Yes, sir! Yes, sir, Kennard. Or Snyder.
Something these running back coaches
Snyder.
preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going
I haven't
here.
really seen him stand
I love
out
the
this
effort.
game, though.
I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The visitors' offense getting their final instruction.
All right,
before heading
here at
back
midfield.
onto the field. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
We need something here, and this could be a very ugly fucking win. Very ugly.
They go right back to
Still a win.
Taylor. And it doesn't appear that he got to
First,
that
oh
first
shit,
down.
3rd and 1. Here we
They'll only
fucking
give
go.
him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd
Okay,
down.
Canales, why couldn't... That's a lot better. That looks a lot better. We're already off to a good start.
They'll try and run.
Of course, he has to fucking get there. He could have cut right.
And I don't know. I think he is short. They
Yeah,
are
I know
going to
he's
mark
short.
him short, and that's going to bring up 4th down. They'll go.
Jesus
Young.
Christ.
And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch.
Damn,
Great
dude.
rally to the ball
He's
to
always
force a
fucking getting
turnover
injured, man.
on downs. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an
So
injured
much for
player.
fucking ugly win.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Here's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll run again. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. And that is incomplete. We're about ready now for the punt.
All right. Bryce has done well in the 2-minute drill. I can't say that.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Young to throw on 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. 2nd and 6 coming up. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And he's going to get awfully
fuck you
close to the
warming up,
first
bro?
down
It's
marker,
4th and
but
1.
appears just to be a few inches short.
We're punting it.
On fourth down, out comes the punter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. And as we take you back through the highlights, there aren't many of them from a quarterbacking perspective. He's been unable to sustain a lot in any of these drives and does not have a touchdown pass to this point. Throwing is Rattler. And that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And that will lead to a second down. They'll look to throw.
Fumble it.
Oh, the pressure too much.
Call timeout.
He goes down.
Damn it, dude.
Gonna need a big play now. Third down and long.
Call
Oh,
timeout.
and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
A loss of 9 brings up 4th down. A.J. Cole in punt formation.
Jesus. 1 in 5 Saints, man. With Rattler at quarterback. And they have a shit ton of injuries. Wow.
So, overtime coming up. Not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now, this looks like a design run. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
First down, Carolina.
Young to throw on first down. A throw left side caught by Sanders. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Off the play fake. Here's Young. He's got his tight end, Sanders. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Young. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Now whistles here and a penalty. If somebody moved early up front.
Madden's got to code it so that something fucks up. We're starting to sense it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Come on, guys.
out of the shotgun. Young.
Oh, shit, dude. You had Brooks open.
Knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
This is a long
So
fucking
now
52
out
yard
comes the
attempt.
field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
The Saints offense back onto the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Olave is the motion man. Now a first throw here in overtime.
Oh,
And it's
look at that.
intercepted. That ought to
There's
seal
Neal.
it.
There's Neal.
Picked off by Zion McCollum.
Mike, at this point in the game, you just can't make that mistake. But at the same time, give credit to this defense.
Even
They
with the win,
continue to
it's
come up
just-
big, and no play bigger than that
hurts.
interception. And you can bet, if this game ends now, that guy's going to find himself with a game ball.
So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime.
It still hurts. Our receivers aren't catching
So
what they're
that'll
supposed
do
to
it for
catch
us.
all the
For
time.
Greg Olson
Nearly
and our
even
terrific team behind the
most of
scenes.
the time.
I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on
Our
X.
quarterback
at
is.
EA Madden NFL.
I don't know if he's a problem.
So long, everybody.
The play calling sucks. 2 3rd-and-1s in this game, or third and very short, where they just went empty set. Damn. What does one do? Like, that's just amazing. They're like our running game, like, dude, or their running game, they just ran on us. I get that. I don't know. Probably most of those yards are QB scrambles, which I'm okay. That's frustrating to see. I'm okay. I'll concede to that because you just can't just go into a game with contained quarterback scramble and everything else suffer. I'll take those rare instances over just dinking and dunking us all day, which they kind of do. Man, he fumbled 3 times and threw an interception. Damn. He got 48 yards though. So, but they still got Neal 44. I think they did better running than I felt they should have. Hold on, let me go back. Taylor 4.9 yards average. Oh man. Not feeling good. 7 pancakes, but gets injured. Nyman was our bitch. So, we didn't give up any sacks. No, oh, we got sacked. I guess we just didn't give up any. I feel like that's a lot of sacks. 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10 sacks? One game? I don't know. Does that feel like too many? $52-yarder, baby. Thanks for winning that for us. We need it while we get our shit right. Alright, let's go take a look at the... Do I need to watch any highlights? Oh yeah, let's watch this one. I want to see. Was it a double move? Oh, he got in the way. He got in the fucking way. Damn it. So I'm thinking I may want more comments. If you're watching this, you're watching the highlights, maybe you're not watching the whole game, maybe you're watching the end of the game. I need some comments here. One, first, like we talked about at the beginning, between Nico, Arch, um, Lagway, and Fernando Mendoza, who would you want to see in a Panthers uniform the most? Who do you think brings? You can do that. Give me your in order of top four. Because if I get several comments, maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll take your advice. Top four. Who would you like to see, and who do you think would be best? And maybe that's both. This guy is not an option. Sorry. Manning, Nico, Lagway, Mendoza. Because they're all projected. I've heard this kid's good, but I haven't really watched a lot. Um, which one do you think? Who would you like to see? Just rank them in order, 1 through 4. One being the one you think we should go with. Because I'm gonna have some capital, and I can get up. I think I can. Hopefully, I can get up there. Um, if I feel like we need to. But if this guy's the pick, one of these two guys is the pick, then maybe I don't need to go up that high. But we'll know more when we see mock draft number 5. Okay, the next thing need suggestions on, because I'm seriously considering retiring Dave Canales, because it's been proven, for the most part it's been proven, he's gonna make stupid fucking calls, and I'm wondering, and maybe I could test it out, maybe I could just do a copy save and test it to see if I can retire him and maybe even just create a coach, or see if I can't hire a coach, because what will happen is I'll retire. It'll say, okay, pick a new team, and then he'll be the coach, but I'd have to basically create one, I think. And I could pick the playbook. Heck, I could, I don't know, could I even pick? I can't really pick someone that already exists because they have coordinators in this. Yeah, they have coordinators in the game. So it's not like I can pick like a. I'd have to create one. That's what I'm trying to say. So in fact, you know what? We'll do that now. But I want votes. Like, should I do it? Should I fire him so that we could get, hopefully, and that's why I would want to test it, better sound decisions and play calling. I'm tired of seeing this 3-and-1 shotgun empty backfield, or someone in the running back there, and they put him in motion. 3-and-1, 4th-and-1. Like, dude, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm so tired of it. I've tried whatever I can. Cade Mays out 6 fucking weeks. Fortunately, we have a good backup. What was he? A hidden dev trait? Center I drafted. Actually, he was a guard, but I saw him more as a center. So he'll get some reps in. Cade Mays will take a breather. Yeah, see, Mays is just a normal. Yeah, he's a normal guy, average Joe. Okafisi has hidden dev, 6'2", 321, wearing Luke Kuechly's old number. I kind of like that, to be honest, man. It actually makes sense, because It's hard to imagine. Like, I feel weird with when guards and tackles wear their numbers into 50, like Robert Hunt does. Um, and I would feel weird if someone wore number 59 as a linebacker or any defensive guy, because that's his number. But if it's a center, I'm cool with that. I kind of like it. Kind of brings like a, hey, I'm gonna bring this to the offensive line feel. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep streaming, just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna test this out. Why not share this while I do it? So let's advance the week. Almost fucked up there. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not forgetting. No, I'm good. I'm just paranoid. I'm always paranoid. But back in the day, I'm not gonna give my age, but let's just say back in the day, sometimes you could lose a whole franchise file. So you learned when they had, I didn't think they always had the ability to have multiple saves, name them what you want. So you kind of learn to make backups, and I still live by that. Probably a little bit too much, and I even get paranoid, like if something happens, because that would suck. Um, it would suck. Let's just say I made some fuck up, stupid, half asleep decision, and like the last game, even just one game, 2 games, but just one game, like I couldn't. That was live. That's canon now. So if I had to like replay it, I would probably have to go. I'd probably have to look and basically like see what I can do to make it back as realistic as possible. All right, here's what we're gonna do. First, check our emails. Yeah, I know. Looks like Garrett Bradbury is on the trade block from the Patriots. Huh? No, don't worry about it. I'll probably move someone. I'll have to move someone over to center for backup center for the next 6 weeks. I'll just do that now. No, fuck it. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. Let's do a save. Okay. It is now saved now, and um, you know what? Let's do a test save too, just in case I fuck up. All right. See, that's how paranoid I am, man. Kids, you shouldn't be watching this. I curse, but if you are, just be thankful that you didn't have to grow up with what we did. All right, we're in test save right now. Use your teams. Actions. Oh no, I can't do it from here. Damn it. You guys want to know something funny? If you're watching, I'm not joking with you. I was testing something. Um, oh, yeah, when I tested the whole pass blocking sliders, I'm not kidding you. The fucking Panthers went 8-9, got into the playoffs, and won the Super Bowl. I'm not all simmed. Okay, yeah, I feel like they do better. Well, 8-9 wasn't really better, but anyhow, maybe someone was injured there. All right, retire. Retire from the league. Yeah, I'm in test save, so yes. Oops. Well, that ended that. That's why I get paranoid. Okay. Okay. Here's what we need to do. New character.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league.
Okay. Now, actions. Switch to this character. Retire. Okay, now. New character.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
Look at that. 1 X Factor, 1 Superstar, 19 stars, 5 hidden. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty fucking good. No, don't worry. I'm not. It's always gonna be Panthers, baby. You know it's you, baby. You know it's always been about you.
Use the options on the
Okay.
left to edit league settings.
So this is
and
where
choose what role you want to run the show
I
as.
could,
A coach
in
or
essence,
an owner.
this is the way I could fire him. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I can't pick more options. I don't want to change the role. That's just owner and what coach, I guess. So I would have to use a custom coach. This backstory gives you the first talent in the head coach staff modifications talent tree. I don't think it matters. Now, I would end up... Oh, see, I'm going to have like all new coaches. Oh, dude. I just thought of something. I just thought of something. Uh, what if I hired Steve Wilkes? Oh my god. Here's the funny thing. I didn't like Steve Wilkes. I liked him before he became interim head coach. I loved him, and then I loved him half the time he was interim head coach. And I do not fall in that line that, you know, oh, we should have hired him. No, dude, like uh no. I mean, and I'm someone who was amped. When we had Mad Rule, I was amped. Oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Should I just troll the fuck out of this shit? Dude, dude. Okay, I've never done this before. Um, no, dude, like I'm serious. Like I was amped as hell to hire Steve Wilkes. I wanted him to be the interim coach. I was calling that shit for I don't know how many weeks or months before Rule finally got fired. But what I saw uh, when he was coach was 50% of what I wanted to see. Not necessarily just wins. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and fuck control this shit for now. This is just a test save. Oh, dude. Okay, so she looks tough. Dude, I did not know they had fucking female coaches here. Wow. Now she looks like someone who is gonna make sure that she gets respect. Oh, that looks like a Giro Rivero. I don't know what to do. Let's go with her. Oh, dude. I didn't even know this is possible. Okay, hold on. 7 foot tall. Let's see. I, I, I don't know. I don't want to fuck with this too much. I could Oh, fuck you. Do I like the defensive playbook? I think I'm good with it. I just don't like how many times they call us a dime set, but I might be able to work with that. I'm learning to work with that to where I might even find like another free agent or someone or draft someone who can just like add someone to the field. Like I'm like you've seen it. I put Kennard Snyder in there. So of course I'll be looking for maybe something a little bit better fit. Okay, playbook, no, no, this ain't happening, bro. So I'm gonna have to fucking probably sim a game here. I'm just this is the latest craze for me right now. Like, not that that's the best one. I just feel like we're a power running, like we're a running team, and I want to be a running team for the most part. I want to lean a little bit more run than pass. I want to be in situations where they're not when it's clearly a running situation. If you're gonna pass it, it's gonna be a play action pass or a surprise like rare pass. But I want like more than 60% of the calls on short down situations are runs. Um, all right, so offensive styles: Pittsburgh, Tomlin. Let's keep that. Let's go. What does this do? Fill out your info. Oh, okay. Dude, like, why are they all gonna be skinny, man? New coach. All right, just so I can fuck with it a little bit and not have to keep making the mistake of needing to force push anything. I'm gonna switch to this character. Retire. Okay. I might come down here and let's see, manage staff. Does everyone get the
Welcome
boot?
to your
Oh, they
franchise
don't all get the
staff.
boot.
Here
Okay.
you find the right coaches
I
to
like
hire
that.
for your
I'm
staff.
good with that. But here's what sucks.
Staff points can be used when you have to see what
But maybe it
some talent
sucks.
trees make you
Oh
select.
no. Okay. They kept them. Good. I like that too. So this was the modifications. Player personnel talents cost. And then this one. I don't know what the other one was. Maybe it was. It would have been one of these. Oh, fine. Whatever. It was just okay. All right. So this is how I could fire Canales, and maybe just kind of. I'm assuming that other coaches are going to make sound decisions. I've seen it happen. Maybe I haven't really been paying that much enough attention, but I don't think I've seen other teams go on empty sets on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. So it fits their scheme. I think the only thing that, as far as what's important, is my left tackle is apparently isn't a pass protector rating, and the right tackle 2 out of the 3. I mean, maybe what happens? What happens if the one that's not, I move him to backup center, who's not power? Okay, I don't know, But okay, so this is. I wonder. I really wonder if this will help. I'm gonna test it. Um, just cause, dude, like, okay, I get it. It's like in real life, you can't test what a new coach if a new coach is firing one and hiring another one's gonna work out. But come on, I mean, this is for fun, of course. So I'm gonna have to do that, and I probably don't know if I should do this on the stream. But maybe I should. Maybe I should just fucking do it on stream. Fuck it. We'll just keep going. Okay, let's look. I want to see. I want to do the right game plan, and that's it. Okay, so they're really good at passing. Not that they're really bad at running, and so we need to defend the pass, and we could probably pass the ball. But no, I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do exactly. Shit. What I probably should have done was go against the Saints again. Um, Oh, it's not gonna let me because she's a new coach, I guess. Apparently, she got locked out of fucking the weekly strategy, man. All right, this is just a test. If you don't like that we're straying away from canon, then you could stop watching now. Damn it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see Bryce Young. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week.
Look at him trying to flex
it's the
with
Panthers
that 3
and the
TD,
Bengals,
3
and it's
interception
all
season.
up next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this is Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. We got a couple. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one.
Oh,
We're
man,
set.
I would like to receive
And off we go here on EA Sports. Across the 20, they'll
The
mark him down
Panthers,
before the 25-yard line.
with a
That's where the
surprise
offense
move,
will take over. The Cincinnati
firing Dave
offense set to
Canales
take
as
over
coach and
for the
hiring
first time. And
literally
they're
a
led by the
no-name
number 1
coach.
overall pick in 2021.
She has no
National
name.
champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
They just call her new
There's
coach.
just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they
David
just take a
Tepper
little bit of a deeper breath.
just
They're
gone
like,
off
"Man,
his rocker,
I'm
and he
glad
said, "You
this
know what?
guy is on our side." And
I'm tired of
he's
these coaches
certainly one of them.
being
He just
stupid.
brings an element of confidence to everybody
If-
else around him, not only in
If
the
I hire a
huddle,
coach and just
but
tell
on
them
the
what to do,
sideline, on the
they'll do
defense,
better than
the
what these
coaching
coaches have
staff.
done.
Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Taken in by Gesicki. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They go play action for Burrow.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it
I wanna
down
see our
and turn
coach.
into
Where's
a
our
runner.
coach?
Little slow
Oh, she's
reaction,
up
and
there
he's
by
able
the-
to actually
by the
pick
ref.
up a pretty good gain.
She don't look no 7 foot
On the
tall
ground,
from here.
this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he's going to have the first down yard across the 50 to the 48.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table.
Look at her, dude.
Second
She's
and
staring
short,
down that
play
first down
action
marker.
pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the
Dude,
first
his
down.
own guy tackled his
And
ass.
he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Dude, look at her. She's like, this is the line. They need not get past.
Working out of the gun, Burrow.
Oh, she's pissed
Backs
now.
to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
I've never watched the coach on these.
A run now with McLaughlin.
Oh, this is going to piss her off, though.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Don't piss her off. She may call David Tepper.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
God, this is okay. This might be a
Ninth
while
play of this opening drive,
we're
trying to
gonna
keep
need
it
to
going
see-
here on 3rd down.
a situation. I don't know. I might need to watch the whole game.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's always easy to sit here after the result
'Cause
of
even
the
if
play,
you get
Mike,
one
and second
situation
guess
where they-
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
She doesn't make a
But
bad
the offensive
call.
play caller, I can
You know,
guarantee you, is thinking,
question of
all
like,
right,
how,
I might have made
how
that
often,
a little bit
you
too
know, is that
complicated.
just a rarity?
Just run that thing up the old briar patch, pick up a couple inches, and let's get a fresh set of downs. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone.
Yeah.
Will not be returned.
Tell them.
So it'll come out.
Tell
to
them
the
what you
30.
want.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game in a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning. All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground.
So
But you
here's-
can see
okay,
the
so I
effect
see
of
they're still
rallying to
dropping
the ball
balls.
as it had here.
Here's
they're able to
a-
take them down,
yeah, oversight.
and they're able to do it for a loss.
3rd and long.
Oh, so what I was going to say is like,
Is
so
Young.
the question becomes,
That's to the right, caught by
oh, you got the
Sanders.
first, oh, sorry, I thought that
And
was
a
the marker.
good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates.
Oh, hold on.
And he's
I know
been
what
as
to do.
involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point.
Oh, come on. All right. Ugh. Won't let me pick. This happened before. We're just gonna have to listen to the lovely sounds of the stadium music. Okay. How do we do this? Just offense. Well, it's gonna make me play it, isn't it?
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
How does that?
Gesicki, the man in motion. On the ground, McLaughlin. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the... Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine.
Maybe I don't have
all
to fire
day. You can see
Canales and create
pre-snap,
some new
the
coach. I
quarterback
could just
loved his
name
matchup.
him Dave
He allowed
Canales.
his...
Hold on, how do I do this? So
field, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We'll give a...
I should have done fast. That's what we'll do. Okay.
They'll run on 1st down.
Look at that. Cut to the outside. Ooh.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Young. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Young.
So,
that ball is
if you're still with me, I'm thinking, I want
inbounds.
to say this out loud.
A big
so
3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
So what if the
13
mod
yards on
that
that
I'm
one.
using
Move the sticks. It's a 1st
somehow
down.
has affected this?
These 3rd down conversions are
Play
just
calling,
so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
What I'm saying is,
they go sideline, and he stays
I've got
inbounds.
two samples
Got
here.
the feet down in time.
One,
it's a 1st down.
Nick Scorton played a lot better than Wanham last year.
So after one, 10-0
maybe that's the way it should be, because he was
Greg
a rookie,
back here
high
in
development.
Cincinnati after this.
I'm just comparing that, but so was Princely, and I don't think he played as good as Wanham. Of course, he didn't get as many snaps. Now, here's the next thing. I did bump up
here first
Bryce's abilities, awareness and accuracy for a couple games though.
Back to throw, Young.
Because I was testing something, and he played actually worse. I feel like. So let's just say he broke.
Everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Somehow
here is complete.
That Bryce isn't going to play.
That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd down.
And it's not like Madden. Like maybe it was the Mods. Because There might be
Here's a
some
run
weird
by
code in the
Taylor.
game where Dave
And
Canales
the Panthers are going to be set
just
up with
stuck
a
in his
first
ways.
and goal. They get the conversion on 3rd and inches.
So that was 3rd and inches, and they called a run play. So that's one sample.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he
I'm not
will
gonna like.
power his way.
I'm not gonna sit here and say
into
that
the
like,
end
oh,
zone.
okay, you know, like
Touchdown,
Ted caught a ball,
Panthers.
Bryce was more
It's
accurate.
his 3rd touchdown
The running
on
back,
the
like,
year.
I don't know, could I blame it on
Think back to
something?
their
But
first possession
again,
of this
is a
game,
very
Mike. It
small sample
resulted in a
size.
punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2.
I think
Now
what
they
I
try to
should
find
do-
some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's
I
how
think
you
if I
bounce
were to
back
do
in
it-
this
if
league.
I were
It's
to
not
actually
always
do
going to be
this,
perfect. Really nice job settling into
I
this
would just
game here
recreate
with their
Dave
2nd
Canales.
possession.
and save a firing
Both teams
should
ready to go once more.
it not work.
As the
You know
kicks
what I'm saying?
away.
Like if me trying to like fix
This
the play
taken
calling
in
through a
at
means
the
that
8-yard
I
line.
find that works,
And they'll bring him down just
and
shy
if this is it,
of the
oh hold on, let
30-yard
me
line.
let me skip through the next position.
Bengals offense and Jamar Chase getting set for their next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he?
So I need to go fast, jump forward to change of possession. Ooh, interception. Nice. Man, that coach is really helping out now. And, you know, and I may do a couple of these just for shits and giggles, kind of in the
On 1st and 10,
when I
here's
don't
Young.
really have anything. Oh,
The middle of the
nice catch,
field,
nice
he's
throw,
got
too.
Evans.
I don't know
He's
if I
gonna be
should
marked
spend a lot of
down
time doing this.
at
I
the
feel like I should if I
12-yard
want good
line.
results. But I do have some errands I need to run because my loser ass, no life having ass.
Young
do
to
something
throw
other than
on
just watch
1st
AI
down.
players catch a throw a ball.
Right back to Evans. He's got it again. He
Okay,
is in.
I don't know about you, but
Touchdown, Carolina.
this is kind of looking better, and I'm surprised you
Greg,
got the
they
touchdown.
take advantage of
I
the
didn't think he
good
was that
field
close to it.
position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an
I thought he was
offense, there's a
short.
little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able
Oh,
to
they
take
were good.
advantage and end up punching it in.
I hope it's
What you're
short so
looking
I
at
can
here
see what
is
their
the
play call
spot
is.
of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right.
Yeah, that's fucking
but
short,
it
bro.
only takes a
What the
few
hell are you
inches to
talking
make a
about?
big impact. So slow
Leggett
this down,
convinced the ref.
find landmark on the field,
Wait,
and
is there a
determine
lady ref?
where
Maybe-
the
maybe they're-
spot should be.
There was preferential treatment here.
So that
Okay,
challenge,
good.
a
Okay,
successful
shot
one.
good, but he has a running back there. I'm okay with that.
Here's Young.
So far, I'm okay.
Under pressure, and
That's
down he
way
goes.
better than an empty set.
They've got him back at the 10.
Because it does spread the cornerbacks
I
out,
hate
maybe the
play call. The
safeties
best
out.
opportunity to throw the
You-
ball
you
down
decided
this
to
close
pass
to the
it.
goal line is usually on first
supposed
or
to, like,
second
hand it
down.
off, but-
the issue here is the quarterback has to know if my first
So far,
read
I'm
is
okay
not
with that.
open,
Oh,
this
no.
ball.
The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
It's hard to imagine where this offense found themselves just 2 plays earlier. Now after suffering 2 sacks, this
Yeah,
third
she's
and
getting
goal
pissed,
looks
man.
a heck of a lot different than it did not too long
See, now
ago.
this, I'm okay with an empty set here.
From the gun here on 3rd down. It's Young.
Jesus, man, what the
And
fuck
that is
happened?
incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Now, of course, I don't want a shotgun every time, but as long if you have a running back there, that changes everything. Hopefully this isn't.
Here's Taylor.
Hitting
And
the
he'll
hole.
take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Young. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This returnable from inside his own 40. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Bengals offense and Jaleel McLaughlin. On first down is Young. Quick throw taken in, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Young to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough
3rd and inches.
for the first down.
Well, can't
Don't
really.
need much. It is
2-minute
3rd
drill.
and inches.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying what's
Out of
real.
the shotgun, Young. And it looks like he's going to have the first down.
That
Defense
could
is right
affect
there, but a
play
gain
call.
of 2. Good
But
enough
again, he had a
for
running
the
back
first
right
down.
there. Leggett catches
That's to
one.
the left side, hauled in by Leggett. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a
So
first
what's
down.
the negatives if I?
And this is why most teams
do
might
this
decide to
and,
take the ball
like,
first.
the downside is
after
we
the
don't get
halftime break because they want to be able to
Canales' picture
control
or face
this
scan.
middle 4. At the end of the first
Which,
half, you can
you
use
know,
your
not the end of the
timeout.
world.
You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
You know what would be kind of cool?
And they're going to
is if
get
you
to
could
him and
create
take him down,
coordinator,
taken back to the other
one
side
of
of
the
midfield.
coordinators, and then you can have longevity by like whenever you want
second
to fire
down
your
throw
coach,
for
you
Young.
hire your coordinator. And you created
He
a chick.
runs with it. Now a
She worked
timeout
her
for
way up to
Carolina.
be head coach.
That's going to be their 2nd. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. The Panthers, they're going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He plunges forward.
God damn it.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That
again, small sample size, but that looked a lot
it's good for
more like a quarterback who was
first down.
confident than what we've been seeing.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire
Dude, that
game,
fucking 59
all across
threw
the
me off.
league. And what it does is it
It kinda
creates a
threw
lot
me
of
off.
natural
I just
rubs.
saw that on the
They run
replay.
out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Now Young. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
In motion comes the tight end, Evans. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. It is 3rd and 10.
So here's the thing: if I do this,
To throw is
like,
Young.
I don't feel like I can make it to where it's,
And they're going to track
I
him
undo
down.
it. You know,
He
like you
couldn't
say, oh,
find
this
the
isn't
receiver,
working. I'm
and
gonna go
down
replay
he
the last
goes.
3 games, 2 games.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself,
I mean, at
but
that
their
point, dude,
ability
honestly,
to
I
disrupt
don't
the
even
timing
know.
of this offense, that can't be overstated.
I would just basically have to live with it. I just say this is part of Madden.
We're about ready
There's
now
no way
for the
around
punt.
it. They're just gonna make stupid fucking play calls. And yeah.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. As we check the league leaders in passing yards. They'll go play action with Young. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up now
So the next
for
question
2nd down
becomes,
and 4. Receiver
does work
in motion,
better,
headed left.
do we stick with?
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep.
Oh, I like seeing this. Do
And
we
it'll be
stick with the
taken down
Canales
at the
playbook?
25-yard
You know, like
line.
maybe he calls better.
He had plenty of juice coming
Maybe
across
the-
to get
the-
the ball,
the
Mike, but
fake
he hit a whole
Madden
new
could
gear
Dave
after he secured it
calls
and
better
began
fucking
getting
plays
vertical.
using his own
By
playbook.
comparison, it looked like a
no,
lot
I
of
don't
the
think I
defenders
don't
who
wanna
had a
waste
shot
my
at him
time doing
were
it.
a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
He'll get that one to Taylor, complete.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
All right, 2nd and inches. I'm okay with
They'll
a
run,
shotgun
and
there.
for the first
I
time,
am.
it's Jonathan Brooks.
In fact, sometimes I would
And he
encourage
will
it.
have the
When you're
first
2nd
down,
and
not a
inches,
huge
2nd
run,
and 1.
but enough to move the chain.
Sometimes I want to take a shot. It's the 3rd and 4th that pissed me off.
Now it's
Oh.
Taylor.
Okay,
And
so
he's
you're
gonna
trying to
be
cut outside
stopped in
too
his
much now.
tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
So nothing
And
I've
that'll
really
go
seen
for a
yet
gain of
is
7.
upsetting.
And it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's the pistol snap to Young. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, You're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense are going to get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo.
Okay, 100-yard kick return. I wish I would have seen that. Oh, man.
On play action, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
Oh, I forgot. Sanders got injured. I was wondering why he was getting so many touches. I totally forgot.
To throw, Young. This one caught left side by Evans. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll get 19 out of that play. It's a Carolina first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, it's Young. He'll check this one down to Taylor. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. Young gonna give it to Brooks. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. To throw is Young.
Oh, what the fuck is that, Bryce?
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes.
Go for it.
Because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he's going to have a Panthers first down.
Man, everyone's playing
It's
better.
a gain of 12 facing 4th down.
It's all Dave's fault, man.
Give inside.
Hitting the fucking
it's
hole
Brooks.
better.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Could Dave have been the problem the whole time?
Another try with Brooks. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Second down at these distances,
Yeah, if
Mike,
you're paying
you
attention,
pretty much anticipate a pass.
everything was the same
what the
as the
defense
last
was
game.
lined up
As
thinking.
far as scheme,
In this case, they leave a
playbook.
little too much room on the ground,
The
and
only
the offense is
difference
able to pick up the first down. That's
is
one
the
he'd
head coach.
love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there
Okay,
for
so
the taking.
this I don't like.
Just wasn't quite meant to be.
This is a bad sign.
Throwing on second down, Young. That one, take it in.
I don't like seeing that.
Touchdown,
What down was that?
Panthers. What a game this has been. Back and forth
that
we
second
go,
down?
and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
If that's
And we've
second
seen
down,
the lead go back and
Yep,
forth,
second
Mike,
down,
and
I see
now
the
the
mark.
question is,
Yeah.
can they get a
I'm
stop? Can they
better
find a
with
way
that
defensively to
because
hang on to this lead
the game
and
does
get
have
themselves
coding
this
in
big
there
win?
if it's second and short.
Now
what's your
this,
scenarios?
an
Now, of
important
course, I
extra
would
point
think that
here to
Red
stretch
zone
this
or
lead
goal
to a
line
field goal.
scenarios would supersede that, but it may not.
The kick is good. And the Panthers go up by
If
3.
that was third
it's
down,
27-24.
like I said, this might
So now
I don't know, overall,
playing with the lead
this
after
is
that
way
fourth
better
quarter
result than what
touchdown.
we can see.
Trying to
come
kick
on,
it back the other way.
27-24.
And
We've
no
actually seen
chance
the
to
points
return this
other than
one
7 points. We
through
can
the
see
end
that.
zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over.
They scored again, huh? Yeah, dude. Like I've seen Bryce get sacked, but I'm not seeing that like lost look.
Back to throw. Young.
I don't know
This
why.
one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. 2nd and 7.
And I can't even imagine I'm saying that out loud. How does
In motion comes the tight end,
a
Evans.
computer game character look lost?
On second down, Young.
That was a little.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front
He does look
all
better
day in
though.
pass protection.
They need
Even
one
being sacked, he
right
looked better.
now. 3rd and long. Here's Young.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They're all set to punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return.
I think what I
And
may
that's
do
where
is
his team will get possession of
I'm
the
gonna turn
football.
off the stream after this, and then
The
I may
Bengals
sim it
offense and their quarterback
in the background
ready
while
to
I do
go
other
once
things
more.
and kind of come back and look at the score and whatnot. Because we've had some pretty low-scoring games since the end of last season, and I didn't really do anything other than try to avoid playbooks with the stupid fucking play calling. Okay, I don't know if we're really going to see a lot of chances here because they're just going to be in 2-minute drill for the most part.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. Throw left side, pulled in by Evans.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one
Well,
install.
from what I've seen
Every
here,
single offense in the NFL
I think I would
has
be
this
dumb
sort of
to
route,
not
especially
do it.
for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end.
Well,
This one
look at that.
intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, We'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already.
What the fuck happened? He missed the 33-yard field goal. Okay. We have one timeout left.
Young to throw on first down. That one complete to Leggett. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
I can think of.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off.
I think, didn't Evans drop one too? I think he might have.
They'll
Brooks, I
drop
think,
to
dropped
throw.
one.
He'll let one go down the middle. That one knocked away. It is incomplete.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see a
defensively
10
right with
fucking
him.
spectacular
And
catch.
we'll bring up
unfortunately.
third down. Throwing is Young.
He may be a bust.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. Quick throw here is complete. Here comes 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now he takes off.
What if I
Good
just could,
job
what if I
breaking the
literally was on
pocket
my
and
phone
going
and I
for
confused
14
them by having
yards,
to learn new
and most
playbooks?
importantly, a first down.
There was no,
When you find yourself
there was
trailing
no,
here late in the game, decision-making is critical.
I was creating
Not only is he
havoc.
able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback. What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field.
So I can't
This is a
judge
great
any of
example
these
here
play
why.
calls right here because
And he churns out some of the
the end of the
hard
game,
yards
no
in
timeouts
this
left,
area of the
17
field,
seconds remaining,
working
3rd
it
and goal.
to the 3-yard line.
You need 4 points just to
From
tie.
the gun here on 3rd down. It's
Oh,
Young. That is
Leggett with the drop.
incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. Young.
oh my goodness.
And this is a touchdown. They
wish
were
this was
not going to be denied. And
our
they have
official
taken the
Cannon
lead
season
here in the
10 game.
final minute of play.
It's not. It's not. We're going to do it the right way. All right. Let's just send to the end of this.
One play, 4th down. Everything you've done comes down to this point, Mike. I mean, what a finish. Somehow they dial up the play they need when they need it the most. And it looks like they're going to get out of this one with a victory.
Yeah,
So
this
the
is
kickoff
better.
team out there one
I'm
final
still gonna.
time
I
in
may
the final
go
minute
sim
as
2
they
games.
kick it away.
Again,
This one is
just
field.
in the background.
So this one a win
Just
for
to see
the
the overall
visiting
score, because if
Panthers.
the scores are higher,
This one went
then you
down
know
to the wire.
things changed.
They're able to persevere.
But
They're
here's
gonna walk out of here with a
yeah,
well-deserved
because I
victory.
can't fast sim it, in my opinion, because I think players play different with the fast simming than they do slow simming.
And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson.
And shit,
For our
there's
entire
probably a
team,
bunch of
I'm
Madden
Mike
nerds out
Tirico.
there. They're like, well,
This has been a
dumbass.
presentation of the NFL
No
on
shit, you
EA
fucking
Sports.
dumb piece of fucking old time
With that,
motherfucker.
we say so long, everyone.
Yeah, I think it's time for. I think Dave just needs a makeover. That's what it is. Dave needs a makeover. All right, until next one, we're gonna make some. Front office staff is gonna meet up, and we're gonna get the makeup crew in. We're gonna get the Queer Eye for the coach guy, and do a makeover. Till next time.